And now, an unsigned artist reveal worldwide spotlight. Ricky Jones, singer, songwriter, R&B virtuoso. Jones contributes his humble beginning as lead singer in church choirs to becoming one of the music industry's hottest vocal commodities. Signed by Motown to the group, yours truly as lead singer, songwriter. Jones was building momentum after the trio disbanded and was offered a solo deal with Universal Records. The creative worked with iconic artists such as Babyface, Diane Warren, After Seven, and David Foster. Join us as we chat tonight in the Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide Studios. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. I am Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of the show. So glad you guys are in. Yep. I have my trusted little handheld. I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to ask you to do, and that is share and invite and let everybody know, yep, we are on a little bit delayed. But these things happen sometimes. But listen, we're going to have a great conversation. I've got Ricky Jones in here. I also have Jason Gorov. He's at the bottom down there smiling. Hey, Jason, I'm going to let you on in just a little bit. So glad that he is here too. I see comments are starting to come in. People are starting to watch. Yes, it's a Music Monday here in my Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide New York studio. So glad you guys are here. Listen, I'm going to bring my guests on tonight. You're going to really enjoy him. I call him like a vocal architect, and you'll understand tonight why I call him that. Because Ricky Jones is really a veteran of R&B. You love real R&B. Well, guess what? You are going to love Ricky Jones.
Hello.
Hey, Ricky.
Hey,
So glad you're
how you
here.
doing? I'm glad to be here. Glad to be
How
here.
are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm really good. Good to be here.
Good. It is such an honor to have you back. This is not your first time on the platform.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, but
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're here in a solo capacity.
I am
Um,
as well. I'm as
yeah,
well.
because the talent that you have is second to none.
Thank you so
Um,
much. Thank God.
I'm telling you, with all of the talent you've worked with, all the creators, iconic, legendary creators, which we'll get into that just a little bit in the show later. Um, I want people who may not have seen you the first time you were on. You had a hit then, and I'm just going to touch and run. You had a great hit out called Crazy Ass. And
Right.
when I saw that title, I really didn't understand what it was
Right.
about, but you guys got to go and check it out. It's an amazing song. And I think it went number one globally on the indie
Mhm.
charts, didn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
So why did I bring that up? Because everything you touch turns to gold.
Oh, that's thank you. Thank
He's blushing.
you. It was a good experience. It was
He's blushing. He's blushing. And
good.
so, with that, this is a great moment because now you are walking in a solo capacity,
Yes, I am.
and you have new producers and
Yes.
helping to write with you. And I'm so happy for you
Thank you so much.
concerning that. So,
Thank
let me stop talking and start letting you say some things because I got you up on a little pedestal here. And that's because I know you guys, I know them a little bit,
Yeah,
better
yeah.
than most people that I've had on the show. So
Right.
just take us back just a little bit, Ricky, and share with us your, as I say, humble beginnings
Right.
um, at the top of the
Well,
hour.
I'm in California, coming out here on a vacation, and I spent 3.5 years at Southern. I was getting ready to go and intern at a law firm, but I didn't graduate, and I wouldn't change the choice or the decision that I did at that
Right.
particular time. I know that this California spoke to me, to stay. I met Jonathan Clark, and I had a deal on Motown with a group called Yours Truly, and I started working with Keith Andrews, which is like my life time writing partner. Period. We call each other soulmate writers.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, right? It just reminded me of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Babyface in L.A.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
people have their thing, but I'm fortunate. I was so fortunate to have good friends like Lionel Richie and rest in peace, one of my close friends, James Ingram. I learned so much
Wow.
from these guys. I remember the first time I met James. I didn't have any gas money, and he didn't know it, but Keith was working with James, so they're working on the song, and James Keith called me. He said, "Ricky, check this out," over the phone. So I was listening, and the song is called God, what's the name of the song? Anyway, the line of the first line said, "There's a story of meeting a princess," and I just came up with that line over the phone, and James Ingram said, "Get over here now." Right, so he gave me his address, and when I got there, sis, he gave me his credit card. Say, "Man, go fill your car up with gas and get you some groceries too." I'm saying how God, each step, like when they say, "Give us this day our daily bread,"
Sure.
each day I had my daily bread. I mean, I slept on floors. When I met Jonathan, he said, "You need to be here." That Monday, I end up going to Motown, a group of guys in Motown, and people are singing and whatever like that. But Jonathan had already chose the group, and my life started then. I called home and said, "Mama, I'm not going to intern in no law school. I'm staying in California." And she told my daddy, "Bobby, I don't know what's wrong with Ricky." Oh Lord have mercy, thought I was crazy. But I remember my first time on BET with Yours Truly. No. When after being with Yours Truly, we toured, um, and it was a beautiful experience with those guys. And then I ended up getting a solo deal
Right.
on Universal.
Correct.
Jolene Cherry and Gene Riggins, Doug Morris actually literally was the one that really signed me. And that's when I started working with David Foster, went to his house in Malibu. God just connected so many areas for me, and it still happens now. And you know what, Sabrina, doing this process, you lose friendship,
Mm.
wedding ships. I mean, all kind of ships. I
What
call
was
it
that?
ships.
What kind
Wedding,
of
wedding. Because you do, it's like people really say they love doing this. You got to really eat, sleep, and bleed this, or don't do it at all.
at all?
That's my advice I would give any people. I love doing this. I wouldn't change the choice or decision I made, even through the bad times, because I do count it all joy.
Yeah.
But it's been a wonderful experience for me to be blessed to sit in the rooms and sit down with Diane Warren and eat her food, and that's my for real, and that's my friend. So many different people. I've been blessed to
Yeah.
um, what, even just being in the company with people like that, hearing the stories that Lionel Richie got to tell about people and things is so amazing. I got a story I want to tell, but I know I can't tell. It's about Tina Turner. Lionel Richie's so funny. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
Oh, he's
You
so.
brought it up. You
I know
gotta
I did. I know, but our
how do
Lord
we
have
let
mercy.
you out of that one, Ricky?
Oh Lord have mercy. He was just saying one time he was doing to do that with Tina, and he said he called Mick Jagger. Said, "What do you do when you're on stage with Tina?" Even Mick Jagger moves around. Lana said, Mick said, "Sit down." Just sit down, right? Lana said he didn't understand it because Lana can dance, he just
Yes.
can't. But when he got on stage, Tina got all this energy.
Yeah.
And when the song started, Tina ran across the stage, and Lana said, he sat down. And then Tina came to him while on stage, he just sat down. He said, "I see why Mick said that." You see what I'm saying? But
Oh my
it's been a wonderful journey. And I'm still going on the journey. You go
oh,
through a situation when people believe or they don't believe in you,
oh,
and but if God called you to do it, can't nobody counsel you. So
that is it. That
yeah,
is
even through the
absolutely
bad times, the good times, bad times, all of them,
it doesn't
it,
matter.
it don't matter.
It doesn't matter because your
Yeah,
gift will always make room for you.
it sure will. It
and
sure will.
and and bring you before great men.
Yes,
And I mean,
yes.
when you mentioned David Foster, I'm going to go to a break in just a little. I know we just got started, you guys. I want to apologize right here with Ricky and Jason at the bottom.
Hey, Jason.
I am a supervisor by day, and I assist the elderly with certain things, and so I got a call at the last minute. for something, and it never fails.
Right.
So we started a little late. You guys, you know I'm 7:30 and I'm on the ball, right? But it was a personal thing, and so I had to take care of it. But in any event, we do have Jason here, and he is going to lead our empowerment segment in just a little bit. I want you to continue. If there are any, while Jason and I are talking, Ricky, I want you to think of a special moment with either David or Diane
Hmm.
that you can remember, that you can kind of share, because when you call those kinds of names, that's that's huge,
Right.
right. If you have anything special, even with Lionel Richie, Babyface, I mean, my God, who works with Babyface? You
I
do.
learned so much just I learned so much just listening to his music, you know. So
Wow.
yeah,
So
he's
think of some special moments, maybe in studio or while writing, composing, that you can share with us when we wrap up, meaning me and Jason.
okay.
And then we'll come back to you in just a minute. But first, I do, guys, hang out with me, Ricky. Okay, don't go away. You guys, thank you so much for just looking for me. I know you guys were saying, "Where's Sabrina? It's past 7:30 Central." I know, I'm sorry. But you're here. Ricky's here. Jason's here. Of course, you know we've got to take our first break of the night. When we come back from that break, we're going to chat with Jason Gorov. He is the president of Gorov Music Marketing. And if you are an artist and you are considering promoting your music to radio, this is the guy you want to listen to. Okay. We're so glad that you guys are on. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. The Platinum Agencies is taking the indie brand to the next level with customized strategies that includes interviews on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide and promotional campaigns on social media. Listen to what these artists have to say about us. Daryl Anders of Agape Soul says Sabrina Taylor has created a brilliant platform to showcase unsigned and independent artists. She's been a great resource for increasing awareness and helping me to build my brand. International guitarist Gary Purcell says Unsigned Artists Reveal Worldwide offers a platform for unsigned artists to showcase and put themselves in a position where people can have an opportunity to learn about the artist in an up-close and personal setting. Sabrina Taylor does a great job and can really present the artist well to the audience. And it does not hurt that she has a smooth voice. The Platinum Agencies, better known as TPA, brand ambassador for indie artists on social media. Connect with the Platinum Agencies at gmail.com. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Sabrina Taylor here, creator and host of Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. If you are just joining us, thank you. I appreciate you. There are so many other choices out there, but you chose to come and check out my artist, Ricky. And we're going to bring our empowerment guest on tonight, Jason Gorov. Jason,
Hi, Sabrina. How are you?
hey, I'm great. And what about yourself?
I'm doing really good. Thank you. And I want to just start by saying a sincere thank you to you, Sabrina, and your company, the Platinum Agencies, for inviting me to be along for the ride today. I really appreciate you reaching out. And I'd also like to congratulate Ricky Jones on some of the terrific success that he's had so far.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you. I'm really interested in. Before I get started, you know what? It just hit me. Do you know what? I think I met you 2010, 2011. Um, the artist that was the saxophonist under that promo, you remember Reggie Foster Jr.?
I do. I do remember Reggie.
That was me.
Yeah.
that yeah, that I presented. Well, that was years and years ago. That's how you and I first had interaction. And it just hit me how, things come full circle. It's just so amazing.
Well, it really is, and I understand that you did the artwork for one of the saxophonists that I represent, Mr. D. Lucas, and sending a shout out to D. I see you're here with us today, and the
Dee,
artwork for
I,
D's new single "Tighten Up" looks great. So way to go!
I know. Thank you so very much. It was so much fun working with Dee and doing not only his CD cover, but his one sheet that he presented to you as well. So
And we've got that in our Dropbox for radio stations to see and download and read all about D. Lucas.
thank you so much. Well, I want you to talk about you today and the services that you offer to our smooth jazz culture here. And just if you could, in a kind of a nutshell, tell us who or what, who you are, and then what it is that Gorov Music Marketing offers.
Thank you. So the first thing is that we are a family business. It started out with my dad. My dad's name is Cliff Gorov. Many of you are already familiar with my dad, Cliff. About 32 years ago, I joined my dad, and most recently, my son Jordan, who graduated from University of Nevada in Reno about 2.5 years ago with his degree in music education. He joined our company as well. So it's the three of us. And what we do is we promote music for airplay on smooth jazz radio stations across the country and most recently all over the globe. So
Wow.
we're hired by recording artists and artist managers, and in some cases, record labels to do the radio promotion for them. Now, we work with and we contact about 150 stations each week on our clients' behalf. Roughly half of those stations are FM radio stations, and the other half are online radio stations.
Ah,
And
gotcha.
over the years, we've come to develop relationships with the radio station program and music directors. And in many cases, those relationships have turned into friendships. And the stations have come to expect good music from us.
Of
And so,
course.
in a
Yeah.
nutshell, that's what we do.
Wow. So if I were to connect with you or want to connect with you, what would you tell me as a first time artist that's wide eyed and bushy tailed and I don't really know a lot, but I think I've got great music and I've got some money to spend and I want to get it to radio. What would you share with me?
Well, the first thing is I would ask you to hear the music, and it really is all about the music.
Yeah,
The better the music sounds, and the better the fit is overall for the smooth textured radio stations, the
sure.
better we're going to do at radio. So the first thing I would ask you is to send me the music, and then we would all sort of listen to it internally. And if it's something that we think we could work with, we would contact you and let you know that and propose a radio airplay campaign for you and your music.
Wow. So then how much work do I have to do? I mean, do I just, if you love it and you say, hey, I really think that the stations that I have a relationship with would be interested in playing this music, what's my next step?
So if we all wanted to move forward, we would pick some dates, and that's one thing I would like to point out, and that is,
Okay.
my company does get booked up pretty far in advance. Normally,
Uh-oh.
we need about a 4 to 5 month lead time before we can go to radio. In terms of what work you would need to do, once the song is recorded and you've sent me all the deliverables that we would need, it's really very little work needed on your end. Once you
Okay.
kind of turn the music over to me, we would kind of take over from there. And we distribute the music to radio ourselves. Um, Kind of an important change that we've made starting this year in 2024 is that we no longer ask our artists to manufacture and mail CDs to the stations. We handle the servicing to radio for you. Um, so a lot of artists seem to be pretty happy with that because it saves them time and effort and money. And I mean, listen, it's quicker and it's easier and it's just more efficient delivering music to radio digitally.
Yeah.
However, there are still a few stations out there that prefer to get their music on CD. And so for those stations that sort of insist on it, we will do our own burns here. We've got the music files, we could burn it onto disk and we'll mail it out to those stations that absolutely need a physical CD.
Wow. Wow. So this is brand new because I know even when I had contacted you years ago, I saw stacks and stacks of manila envelopes, and we had to, there was a certain way the spine had to, I mean, you had given me all of the, all, all of the correct ways to prepare that disc and the cover to send it out to the radio station. So all that is no more?
That's right. And you're right, it is very new. So we've really just started doing it this way as of January of this year. So we're
Okay.
only about 2.5 months in, and it's worked out great so far. And like I said, most of the artists seem very, very happy.
Awesome. That is awesome. Any nuances that you can think of that you think the artist needs to know about along, with the process along the way?
Well, the first thing that artists need to be aware of is that smooth jazz is still a mostly instrumental music format.
Got it.
So the stations will play some vocals, but generally speaking, I would estimate that among the new music that the stations play, approximately 80% is instrumental and maybe 20% is vocal. And so there's just more open space on radio playlists for instrumental music as opposed to vocal music.
Hmm.
Um, and when we sort of asked some of the radio stations, why is it that way, and why do you lean more instrumental than vocal? Many of them came back with the same answer, and that is they're able to better differentiate from their competition by playing instrumentals. Almost every other music format on the radio dial is vocal, and they feel that playing instrumentals is what sets them apart from their competition.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I got a quick question here from D. Lucas, and he wants to know what are some of the things artists can do to help nurture, that's a great one, relationships with radio stations. Any feedback on that?
Well, the first thing is I would say, and Dee is doing a great job of this, is get out and tour. And as many of the markets that have smooth jazz radio stations, get out there, play there, invite the radio programmers down to the show, shake hands, kiss babies, etc., etc.
I
Um,
love it.
need that connection, in person and live. And there's no better way to connect than through music. So I would start there. The other thing, and I think Dee's also done a little bit of this too, is just when a radio station has added the song, send them a thank you, whether that thank you is an email or a phone call or even a social media shout out. It's important to thank the radio stations.
Oh, I love this. This was a great idea, I think. That personal touch is really, really great, to stay connected and build a greater rapport, I think, with a radio station. And all of those suggestions, I think, are just absolutely golden.
Now,
And
just to take it to the next step, I don't think radio stations would love if they were to hear from every independent artist who's promoting their own release. That's what you hire a company like mine for. But the thank yous, you can always reach out to radio to say thank you.
exactly, exactly. Is there anything as we wrap up our empowerment segment? It's been so good. I've got so much. I probably should have just had a whole show with just you, and maybe down the line we can do that, especially as your digital process now grows. If you wouldn't mind coming back, like before the charts close, which is what is it, December ish, the
Yeah,
second week of December, something
middle of
like.
December, yes.
Mhm. If we can revisit this, and then you'll have some time to kind of share and give me feedback and how your process is going and how the artists are loving it. Would you mind coming back, Jason,
I
and
would
share?
not mind at all. Thank you very much for the invitation. And one other thing I'd like to share before I go is, for independent artists, social media is so important. I would urge everybody, every artist, to ramp up their social media presence on all the different platforms and just keep posting. It's a powerful tool and it's free. So why not take advantage of it?
Jason, you gave some great advice, and I so appreciate you for coming on and doing that. Um,
Sabrina.
if there's anything that I can do to assist you in any way, voiceovers, I do that too. Just let me know, and I'd be happy to do that for
Very
you.
good. Thank you so much, Sabrina. And thank you to all the listeners and viewers. And shout out to some of my Facebook friends real quick. Of course, we've talked about Dee, and I see Von Stupart and
Yes,
Mario and Colleen. And so just, shout out to all you good folks. Thank you very much.
you're so welcome, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
All right, Sabrina, take care.
Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye. You guys, I hope you enjoyed that empowerment segment with Jason Gorov. I think he had some really great tips and some things I didn't even know he was doing. Um, I've known him since 2011, or at least connected with him since then. But great information, and I hope you guys absorb some of that. And we're coming back with our special guest, Ricky Jones, and he's got a new project out. I wanted you, Ricky, to
Mhm.
kind of share. I wanted you to give us some nuances. Well, not nuances, but uh, memories. That's the word I'm looking for, if you
Ooh,
will, of
so
you
many.
working with David or Diane Warren or Babyface. Any moment that you say, "Oh my God, I'll never forget," this
I
particular
tell you,
moment.
not to speak on them, actually, Aaron Neville's,
Aaron
because
Devils. Okay.
going to Southern University in Baton Rouge, I did backgrounds. Keith Andy was a producing project, and Deborah Cox and I, she sings like a bell. Oh, we did backgrounds for Aaron, but when Aaron met me and Deborah, he introduced himself to us. And I'm like, man, let me touch your hand. I said, well, first of all, my name is Ricky Jones. He said, my name is Aaron Neville. But he went out of his way to do this. And just how humble he was and still is, it lets you see how far you get doing this. Like Jason said earlier about kissing babies and things
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
nature, that is so important to do because you have to let people know that you're a real person,
Right.
and that you not just doing this for fame. You're really doing this because you love doing it, and it's in your heart
Mhm.
and blood. And people like Jason, in the indie world needs to know more people like that as well because it really helps. But I will say this: I remember one time Keith Andes was
He's
working.
right here. Do you see him?
I didn't. Yeah, hey brother.
Say, hey, Ricky.
Hey. Actually, Keith was producing with me and Deborah. We saw backgrounds on a couple artists, but Aaron Neville just stood out to me so like because it was so humble and he talked about how he loved New Orleans and it was in his blood. But he still sticks so true to that, and I think it should be a Bible verse. To thy own self be true.
I love it.
You have to be true to yourself. I came to LA and I met a lot of people that you don't get what you see. I love LA, I really
Mm.
do. And going through things um, through life, in the journey in life, man, you have to really enjoy the now and really have fun. You have to be with people that match your energy. But Aaron Neville just set my soul on fire, just being so humble. And we were eating gumbo, and he said, "Man, my gumbo tastes better than this year, bro." Like, what I'm
I
saying?
love
Like,
it.
I was just so that was one of really a great experience I really did have. I will always go back to James Ingram. I remember when 9/11 happened,
Hmm.
and James had a house out in the valley, but it was in the mountains. It had a 365-degree, and he called
Whoa.
me. He called me and Keith. He said, "Hey y'all, I got food for 2-3 years out here. We'll be barbecuing every day. Come on, y'all come, bring your families. Y'all come here. So I just, like I said earlier, I just been so fortunate for God to bless me and meet my needs, and I thank God for my new project, Crazy Sex, with my new team around, and God has shaken the leaves off my tree, and I got some really good
Ooh.
people really good people around me now that I'm really happy about it. You know, from Keith Andes, Jennifer Troutman, the Shay Alexanders and Chad, Carnell Harrell, Urban Pope. So many great people that God has blessed me. Eric Jackson, so many people that I've been blessed to have on my team that really believe in me, as well as you, because
Oh,
you've been in my corner.
oh,
Because I
wow.
had some
That's
hard
amazing.
conversations with you on some,
Yeah.
reckoning. You've been a
Yeah.
blessing as well. God is
Yeah.
good.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so just happy to see your writing skills are just continuing to just expand. I mean, the gifts that you have. What instruments do you play? Any
I
instrument?
play keys and trumpet and a little bit of drums. I can play pretty much what I want to play.
Oh,
I thank God for that as well too.
didn't
I'm
I see you play trombone somewhere?
trombone. Yes,
Okay, you
yes,
can do that too.
yeah.
Wow. So I guess maybe the question is, what don't you play?
I don't know because if I want to do it, I'm going to do it.
You're gonna do it.
Yes, man. Yes, I am. I'm going.
Oh, wow. So in
Yeah.
your travels, was there a place that, you know, once your album takes flight higher and you soar higher and you begin to tour, is there a place you want to go and tour? Is there a special place in the world that you'd like to
Wherever the people call me to go to, I'm going.
go?
I
Okay.
love doing it. I want to be on. I want to be in the UK as well as but wherever it takes me.
Right.
I love doing it, and I do believe I want to be empty when I leave this earth. So I'm gonna give it all to you.
Oh, wow. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So as a writer, what does the creative process look like for you, Ricky?
It comes in so many different forms.
Yeah.
I don't sleep, and I do
Ah,
believe I do believe like you got to be obedient and follow this too. I know a lot of songwriters and producers feel this way. If you get an idea, you got to go do it then. So
sure.
that's why I knew when Prince, a friend of mine, Clara Fisher, he passed away. He was a string arranger, but Prince would call him. He worked on my Universal record,
Mhm.
amazing talent. But he was on the Prince retainer. But if Prince call you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, you're gonna be up. You're gonna do it because Prince, his ideas are coming like that. And I do believe in the middle of the night, if I sleep and then God give me a song and I don't get up, I'm gonna lose it because I do lose it. It go away, and I feel somebody else gonna get that song. So in the process, Sabrina, melodies can come. I can sit down and be playing keyboards. I can
Okay.
sit down and play the harp and feel and feeling something, whatever vibe and frequency that I'm on. I can hear something on the TV and just anything at any given moment, and I just have to adhere and listen to that, and that's where it comes from. Somebody can give me a melody. Keith may have an idea. Urban Pope may have an idea. Eric Jack, anybody, Shay and Chad Alexander, you may have an idea. I'm like, oh, that's dope, and get it and expand from that. So it just depends. Melodies, lyrics, they come at that whenever God give them to you.
Wow. I
Yeah.
love it. So, collaboration. How do you decide who does what? Do you know when you're collabing with people?
It is the same as um like Keith and I did a song Set It Off. I never forget this. I don't sit down and sing. But it was raining outside and it was Friday night. And so I said, man, I want to sit down. And we had the track and nothing to the track. And then he said, okay. And I started singing, here we are on a Friday night. And I said, Keith, and I stopped the track and I said, Keith, let me just go. And the lyrics started coming down, and I don't know. It just I sat down and sung, but I explained the whole story on Friday night how it's about to be on. I'm about to set it off.
Mhm.
The song tone happened like that too with me and Eric Jackson because I was in an argument and I didn't like the tone of the
Mm.
person talking. I'm like, oof, you can't get no results out of talking to me like that. This real talk. And the first lyric in the song tone is like, your voice gives me permission, so know your effect on me. My body and soul is tied to you. When you low, I start to sing. So don't let your words just stumble out. Speaking to me carefully, because it's your words that set me free. And what I'm saying is that you do get more bees with honey.
Is that tone?
Yes.
I
Yes.
the way that because I've listened to that song like 100 times.
Oh,
See, but I didn't know, and
right.
but I'm listening. I'm like, that sounds so familiar. And what is
Yeah.
that? Is that
This
Tone?
I
That's
wrote it
Tone.
with Alden Brantley and Eric Jackson and Storm. But I mean, just I mean, when that lyric just comes out like that, and it says, "Speak of our lair, like our love is in the air." See, it's like, and then the second verse, I was, oh my God, like it said, sometimes I feel like I'm moving in a supernatural way. What I mean is that when she speak to me with her sweet and satin sweet words, it set my soul on fire. See, a woman don't understand the power of her.
You better
I
you
believe a woman's voice is more powerful than a man's. I do. Because when my grandfather was a preacher, but when my grandmama prayed, she prayed about the apple, oranges, the ABCs, and everything. You know what I mean? Like she was very detailed. So it's like, but if a woman can empower a man and pat him on the back, man, you'd be surprised at what type of man you produce. Oh my God. So anyway,
Ricky,
that's
you
what's
better
going on.
just leave that alone because that's some good stuff right there. That's a whole other live, man.
Yeah,
That's great. That's
yeah,
great. Wow.
yeah.
Wow. I want to ask right quick because I'm not going to take another break because we this is good. This is
Oh,
getting good. This is getting real good. I've got a before I do, I have a question from D Lucas. He says, "Hey Ricky,
hey D,
um, given your extensive music resume, do you feel music is in a good place for indie artists?"
there's a catch 22 to it.
It
We
is.
have it is. We have to grind D
Mhm.
and do extra, and then you're gonna meet some sharks that come along and take your little bit of money, all the money that you have, but you got to be willing to give everything up too, and you're just gonna have to have discernment. But I will say that I believe R&B and smooth jazz is in a good place. I
Great
will say
place.
I really do believe that, and
Mhm.
I do think D is because of people like us that still stayed in it, and we're still pushing, and we're being true to ourselves
Right.
because that's what artists are. I mean, you would never find another Prince, Michael Jackson. They were true to themselves. As long
Right.
as you're true to yourself, it lasts forever. It's just it's in a class by himself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was I was scrolling through Instagram today. Maybe some of you guys have seen this. There was a representative from Motown. Have you seen this? She was on the floor of the house. She addressed the Speaker of the House and she said, "The reason that I'm here today is they're trying to pass this bill to get the artists more money per stream." Have you seen that, Ricky?
I did see that. I did see.
Um, and it kind of baffled me that she mentioned a penny. If you could give a penny per stream, I said a penny. Now, most artists, not all of them, most artists never. I said most, so don't start sending me inboxes, people.
Crazy in boxes.
Okay. Most artists, when they release, they may get between 2 to 3,000. Okay, I'll give a high number between 2 to 5,000 downloads on a favorite song. Okay, like if you have a LP or an EP, people
Mm-hmm.
go in and pick their favorites,
Mm-hmm.
and let's just say there are three favorites:
Mm-hmm.
song one, two, and three. One may have 2,000, two may have 1,500 streams, and the other may have 5,000. But if you do a penny times that, that's not a lot of money.
Not at all.
But she says if you, according to what she stated, 800,000 streams a month is equivalent to get this $15 an hour.
Real
Who
talk.
can who can live off of that?
That's why
As,
you have
as
to
an
tour. That's when you have to, get good backing, good support team, and you have to tour as well. And you make your money go on the road because you can't. See, that's what I mean by you working hard, and then that happens. You getting robbed like that. That
right.
because we should get more, a lot more for streams because somebody else getting paid on it.
I mean, if you're gonna do a penny, why don't you take that decimal and move it until it says 10, at least 10 cents. A
Right,
penny?
right, right,
A
right,
penny?
right, right.
Hey, I know that's better than what's being paid now. um, I think Silk Sonic has a billion streams on what's that favorite? What's the song? The Keep
Leave the
the Door
door open.
Open.
Leave
Hmm.
the door open. Yeah, but imagine,
1 billion.
but imagine all those streams and that little bit of money goes out to everybody in that group or whatever.
Yep.
But however, they toured shows on a group on that platform, so it does more than balances out. You can spend your money in, you know, and with independent artists, we spend all our money promoting ourselves and have campaigns. I do have Indiegogo crowd
Yes,
campaigns as
you
well
do.
that I
Yes,
need
you
people to really look in and go on this journey with me and support me as well. And we need to push ourselves like that. So
do.
check me out on Indiegogo, or you can Zelle as well, 323-667-4771, Ricky Jones. It's important for us to market ourselves like that.
Yep.
Because you can't chase the money as well. You have to chase the art.
That's it.
You can't chase the money. You cannot. And I promise you, it will turn over. You're like, dang,
Yeah.
what's doors are opening for you as well. But I hope they do change that because the independent artists work very hard, and it's a talented community, a talented nation of independent artists. Very much so.
So much so.
Yeah,
It really, really is.
yeah,
The idea that Jay Ross had, sell your own music on your website.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
He
Cherie
did. Jay
Patrice, a
did do
friend
that,
of
and
mine.
Jay as well. You right,
Mhm.
right. Yeah,
Yeah. Cherie Patrice was saying the same thing years ago, and she got so much flack
but
about,
it's true.
but
It's true. It's true. Yeah,
yeah,
Jay Ross was good by saying that too because he supports the Indian very very
he
well.
does.
Yeah, he does. I appreciate. I
Mhm.
respect him. Appreciate it. I love the brother.
Absolutely. And D. Lucas said great insight.
Yeah. Thank
Um,
you. Welcome, brother.
yes, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about Crazy Sexy. Where'd that title come from? Can you hear me, Ricky?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, Crazy Sexy.
I didn't
This
hear
is
that. Oh, okay.
how that title come? I thought maybe you were frozen until I saw your eyes blink.
Now I just wanted to hear. Um, um, it came from my creative director, and we were talking, and she said I was crazy, and then she was, and then but everybody do say that, but then I guess she was saying like too, I'm not being full of myself, but maybe like my style and dressing how I come off sometimes maybe like sexy to some people. I don't know. So, but the crazy sex is both parts of my personality. Like I am crazy, but I got that altered Billy D thing too. You understand?
All right, yeah. All right, my brother.
So bad.
All
I'm so
righty
bad.
then. I
I'm
love
so bad.
it.
I'm so bad. I'm
It
so
is
bad.
so cool. It is really cool.
Thank you.
You have a whole album. It's definitely more than 12 songs. How many songs is on that
I
CD?
believe it's. I have interludes, two interludes, and then 12 songs. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's an amazing,
Thank you. Thank you.
amazing compilation.
Thank
With
you. Well,
Andy's.
I'm
Thanks to
I'm proud of it so much. Yeah, my big brother, my soulmate writing partner, Keith,
Yes, Keith. I
along with
don't know if he's still on here or not, but
yeah,
I know he was. I know he
yeah.
was. So then he is the producer, or are you co-producing anything on
I,
this?
every track on the record I co-produce,
Look at you. And so you writing.
wrote, produced. Chad Alexander. I want to thank Chad and Shay, the twins brothers I work with. Carnell Harrell, Irvin Pope. EP, just so different group of people that are so gifted and so talented that really believe in me. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Keith to come on here, but he's such a famous, renowned producer.
He's so humble.
I know. I
And
know.
he don't look, but I'm gonna put him out there
Uh-oh.
on his record too. we
Oh Lord.
I'm on his record too. Pretty much wrote every. He and I collaborate on every track on his record, and he got some great stuff. So he's releasing an album too. We turning it over like that. God has been amazing. So I'm excited for him too.
I am.
And he's going to be speaking, doing live motivation speaking coming up to about his record
That's great.
yeah, man, it's amazing. It's a different platform that he and I both are doing. I'm so excited about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is wonderful. This is
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, we definitely want to debut or premiere, I'd say, Tone.
Right on.
Tell me about the inspiration for Tone. You kind of talked about it, but
Yeah.
set it up for everybody.
Well, in an argument, and I know everybody that's listening and that's going to be listening in the future, all my fans and my family, we all done talk slick wrong to a person, thinking that we're going to get results. And spiritually, like mentally, that's not building anybody up. So that song, what the world needs now is love. So sure. I figured, Tone came saying that, you can't just talk to me any kind of way and then think you're going to get results. And when you do talk and speak, like you're speaking something in me. So I need you to speak life in me, or especially in this relationship that we're in, right. To speak life and, not speak, because the power in the tongue is life or death, to speak love in our relationship so that we can excel together,
Absolutely.
Because we know when you got two different people, it's not easy coming together.
You're bound to conflict somewhere.
Yes, yeah.
But I think it's how you resolve it, because nobody is perfect. I don't care if it's personal, business, social, relationships intertwine personalities, right?
Yeah.
And you've gotta respect people's opinions, and you've gotta even if you don't agree.
Right.
How about we agree to disagree? How about that?
Yes.
And tone is everything.
Thank you so much.
And see that song, it just fits. And I would much rather take myself from a situation than to create a tone, if you will.
Yeah.
That is abusive, that is negative,
right.
that tears you down,
right.
That belittles you. Because you're God's creation. Who am I to belittle a creation of God?
Yeah, that's real. And just because you're hurting, don't try to hurt me because and that saying hurt people, even if you don't think you're hurting or don't know you're hurting. But when you hurt, and I do believe in therapy, because Black folk didn't do that, and
we didn't.
But it helps. It gives your kids tools to get through whatever we're going through.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
man, this is good. And it was only, and we're all, I mean, it's like the hours just fastly coming.
So fast, right?
It does.
Right.
Oh, I love this. We're going to premiere Tone tonight. And you guys, please, I think you're going to enjoy this video. I love the video, by the way, Ricky.
Thank you.
Who produced the video?
My boy Terrence Church, First Take Film.
Okay.
He does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of Dietrich. I love Dietrich.
Okay.
But we're really good friends, became brothers. So I appreciate him too as well.
He did an excellent job.
Yeah, we wanted just to be plain and just just focus on really I want you to really hear the lyrics in it more so than anything, because I think we do need that.
We do.
Yeah.
All right, my brother, hang out while
we
play this video, okay? All right, everybody, enjoy Tone.
All in your tone. Sprinkle a little love, turn away sad. It takes a tender word, turn away back. Don't say it if you know it's gonna hurt me, babe. Say it with effect on me. My body and soul is tied to you. When you're low, it starts to sink. Don't let your words just stumble out. Speaking to me carefully, because your warmth sets me free. The sacred space that we share. Think of our love in the air. Your tone resonates in my heart. Don't you see this? It's me, so take great care. Your joy gives me the green light. Green light. I'm propelled by your smile, baby. Sprinkle a little love, turn away sadness. It takes a tender word to turn away back. Don't say it when you know it's gonna hurt me. Oh, say it with a good heart, good heart. Now sometimes I feel like I'm moving in a supernatural way. Speak to me, oh so sweet, turn my world upside down. And I start spinning, I can't see it coming, but I'm ready to receive your body sweet, sexy, sad and words you say to me. The sacred space that we share. Think of our love in the air. Your tone resonates in my heart. Don't you see this? It's me, so take great care. Your joy gives me the green light. I'm prepared by your smile. Oh, sprinkle a little love, turn away sadness. Takes a tender tone to turn away badness. Don't say it when you know you're gonna hurt me. Say it with a good heart, baby. All right.
My goodness. And that's tone.
Yes, it is.
Sir, may I say, sir, that was hot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank God. Thank you, sis.
Oh my
Thank
goodness. You got some, well, let's see. Colleen said, oh my goodness.
you. Thank you, Colleen.
She's got fire. Oh, coming up. Sheila. Sheila says, Ricky's got me up dancing. Let me see where I know I just saw that.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy. But yeah, this is such a great song. Yeah,
Thank
she was up in her kitchen. She was dancing in her kitchen. So you got her two-stepping, and yeah, this is a great stepper song.
Oh, wow. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sheila.
this is amazing. I think Keith even made a comment as well. Gary says being a guitarist, he says, and I love the guitar solo at the end. I did too, Gary.
Yeah.
I
That's
really. Who is
Eric
playing
Jackson.
guitar?
Eric Jackson.
Eric Jackson.
Yeah.
Wow.
He played with Babyface, John B.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people. He's worked with Tom Cruise. In one movie, Tom Cruise, he gave Tom Cruise guitar lessons. Eric is very great guy too. Good friend of mine. Yeah.
Wow. So, what are you doing with it as far as radio? What are your plans for radio for this
Well,
season?
we're going to be going for ads in a couple of weeks.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. But right now it's like, getting like a soft and getting a lot of great feedback on it. I'm really surprised it's taking off as great as it's doing. I'm really excited about this whole thing.
Absolutely.
I think my team, especially Jennifer Troutman and you too as well, Jay Ross. I just, God is great. God is great.
Yes, he is.
Hey, Suzanne.
I know. That's my girl right there. Hey, Suzanne.
Yeah, hey.
I know.
She's talented as well. So talented.
What are you saying? Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you want people to feel, walk away with experience from your music, Ricky?
I want people to feel like I remember going to a concert in New Orleans, and my first concert was not what Sade, seeing her my first time in New Orleans.
Mhm, mhm.
And when I went out like when it was over. I'm like, I didn't want it to end. I want that feeling, people to feel that way. And she took me in her world. It's like that's what I mean by artists. Like you have to be authentic and be true to yourself.
Sure.
Yeah. So I want that people to get that feeling from me.
Wow. Wow. So how does one connect with you?
It's Instagram, Ricky Jones Music. All my information is there, and I even I'll go back and forth, and I'm not going to not ignore any comments or anything like that.
Look at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's you have to be personal,
you
um,
do.
personal with people. So, and I am that. I talk to everybody.
Wow.
I
Wow,
do.
that's amazing. And you have to. Um, these are the people who are downloading, buying, however,
Yes,
it may happen. We know the whole trajectory of how music is obtained
yeah.
is different. Because I used to, uh, in the day, be excited about going to the music store
Oh my God, right? For
to
real.
get an album,
Yeah. To sit
Chaka
there and
Khan,
listen to it. Yeah,
Earth, Wind, and Fire, right?
yeah, yeah.
Flipping that bad boy
Free.
over and just
And
reading
looking at the
every.
pictures in there, looking at the credits,
Yep.
I remember when first coming out to California, and we used to go in the corners and look at the billboard because we working with other artists and seeing if like where our song was, on Billboard. We made it out of like Friday. Me and John Barnes, good friend of mine, we used to go and get our little coffee and tea and
Mhm.
sit there and look at all the artists and who's writing and what, blah blah. Who could we pitch songs to? It was
Right.
such a beautiful time.
Yeah, I know, I know. And it's just totally different. But I like that the real R&B and music lovers
Yes.
and creators are still pressing music. They
Yeah.
haven't just gone 100% digital. For those of us who are credit geeks,
Yes. Yeah.
nerds, or
Exactly. Because so many people behind the scene that make you and help you and propel you to a level, and they're forgotten. And I pray that if I forget anybody's name, they know I love them all. You just don't want to do that because it helped.
wow. And Colleen said she sent you a friend request,
Okay, though.
and she said maybe he didn't see it, but she's trying to reach out to you,
Okay,
so
though.
you can go
Okay.
through and
I shall.
yeah, because she's definitely someone to know. She's got tons of groups
Okay.
between smooth jazz and R&B. As
Hmm.
you alluded to, those are some very powerful genres.
I love smooth jazz, and I have a couple tunes that I think fit that I would love to do. I love that.
Really?
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh wow. So is this like within the next project?
I am excited. Even on this one, I did "A Good Woman." It's a second song on the
Yes, I
CD.
like that one.
Um, I got that idea. I actually listened to Jonathan Butler on a particular song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that music never dies. It's in a class by itself,
All by itself.
all by itself.
Yes,
Uh,
indeed.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, Ricky, we have thoroughly enjoyed you. It's never enough time,
Yeah.
um, the hour just goes so quick, especially when the conversation is just this good.
Yeah.
I
Especially your
appreciate.
home. I appreciate.
I know, right? Oh, I
I,
appreciate great music,
thank
great
you.
the creators, and
Thank you.
yeah, you have really outdone yourself, Keith.
Oh,
I know you're probably still watching. Thank you for giving yourself just selflessly,
right.
to this project and making it like an applauder because it's
Right.
it's great music. It's really great music.
Thank you so much.
Well, I hope you guys will go and connect with
Yes.
Ricky. Please do on Instagram, on Facebook. I can run it just one more time
And
since you.
don't forget the Indiegogo crowd. The support for them. They can contribute to the journey
Right,
of Ricky Jones, and because indie artists need that support.
they do.
Yeah, because it does take money to continue to do this job, and I love doing it. And I can't wait to come to the city near you. I know some people from my hometown in Florida called me and they wanted me to come do it. They're trying to make a way for me to go out there and do a show. I'm excited about that because I haven't done that yet. But I'm gonna get,
Awesome.
yeah, Vero
Awesome.
Beach, Florida, gift for Florida. Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Wow. Well, you guys, I always hate to say goodbye, but it's only an hour. But you can continue the conversation at the end of the show. You can go into the chat. I'm sure Ricky is going to go into that
Yeah.
chat and try to connect with everyone, answer their questions, even if it's just a heart, a love, or to say hello and thank you.
Thank you.
So please, please continue the conversation even after the show. That is what this is about. It's more than music; it's ministry,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and we all need each other. This we can't do this alone,
no, no.
and so support him, please, please do. Well, everybody, I gotta say goodbye. Listen, what you make happen for others, remember, God will also make it happen for you. Ricky, you hang out.
Amen.
Hang out with me, Ricky. Don't go anywhere. You guys, thank you so much for coming. I love you so much, and I thank you for making this show what it is. If it were not for you, I would have no reason to be here. I so appreciate all of you. And I don't think I had an opportunity to say this to um, my friend in the UK, Martin. Martin, thank you for being so very, very supportive. He stays up every week, late, early, whatever you want to call it, and he supports us. He really does. I've got people coming from all over the world and the country, right, to support this show. I love you guys so very much. You guys have a great night. I'll see you next week. I have a guest coming from um where is he coming from? He's not Brisbane. That's May. Think he's coming from Brazil. Ugh. But it's a trumpeter. Not going to tell you his name. You got to come back to find out who it is. Oh, Bali. It's not Brazil, all these bees. Bali is in India, right, guys? Bali's in India. He's coming from Bali. He's a trumpeter, a world renowned trumpeter. And so he's going to come. I have someone from Brazil too. That's why I thought it was him. But he's coming next week. So please return. We'll see you next Monday. I love you guys. Take care.